Hello, hello. It's Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I never do this alone. I have the ladies with me. Good morning.
Excellent morning.
How you going? How you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
So you changed your hairstyle within 1 week.
You know what? Because I will be away for a week.
Oh,
So,
the whole of next week, right?
The whole of next
Me
week.
too. I'll be away for the whole week. Both of us are, yeah, the whole week. I'm
Tokwe's
done.
here. Tokwe's
Yeah.
back, so she's good.
fantastic.
So one of the highlights of... Why are you looking at us like that? One of the highlights of my year 2019 was the fact that I was nominated for a fellowship.
Right.
It was organized, it's called the Knowledge Exchange Recirculate. So it was organized by the UK, that's United Kingdom. They are funding African countries to, do a lot of research in areas of education, sustainable development goals, basically. So African countries, delegates from different African countries are going to be in Botswana, and I happen to be one of those representing Nigeria. So we are just two. The other person is a professor in University of Nsukka, and myself. So I'll be leaving this weekend just for a week. I'm excited. And I've been thinking of what to wear. I don't want to wear the regular English outfit. I want to change the narrative that as Africans, you can be taken serious when you wear your Ankara.
You see them.
Yeah. African outfits, right?
Yes.
So
I love what you're wearing, so you can take this with you.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
African stuff.
Fantastic. I'm gone for the week because of school. I have there's something called an intensive week.
Okay.
So we have to be on campus. I'm going to be at Pan Atlantic University.
Reading, writing,
But the exam is a week after, so we're going to be there. So I have to be gone for a whole week. But Tokwe's here. Tokwe got this. How are you doing, Nima?
Very well. It was reflective yesterday. Reflective Wednesday yesterday on the number of impacts I've made without my shouting.
On the show.
Yes.
If you want me to talk about it, I will talk about it. That's
No, if it's
stressing
real,
you out.
If it's real, I'll talk about it. So it's real, and the loss of lives. People are calling me to talk about a recent loss of life that happened in my area because of containers. And I look back at what I've done and what is happening in Mara and Ijegu, and I just feel impactful.
Right.
They've done a fantastic
Yeah,
Yes,
And you commended somebody, a company, just out of your heart. You didn't even plan it. It just came. You're grateful, and suddenly people are actually getting calls.
Viral.
Those are supporting her, hailing her. Others are saying, can you do that? Like, what of
Propaganda.
us? But at least it just shows that the show is impactful and where your voice is heard,
Yes.
which is really important. How are you doing, Mariam?
I'm fine. I'm a bit concerned. My son's school is in a community where there are lots of Chinese. So there's lots of construction going in.
Don't be
their
afraid
area.
of the Chinese.
No,
it's okay.
actually, the school also sent out a newsletter saying that, okay, they're doing a few things. So when you get to the school, you're cleaning your hands with sanitizer. They check every child to make sure that the temperature, is not spiked and everything. And I'm wondering, but it's when you're going into the school. But if you're the one in the community, shouldn't it be the other way around, where when they come home, we should check that nothing has happened? So I've been concerned, thinking, should I keep my child in the school, or am I just being overly
Just make sure your child he knows all the basics. Washing hands, being careful, don't touch people, don't just
Stay away from the Chinese.
Don't stay away from the Chinese.
Well,
don't say that. That's not nice.
No, it's not.
Coronavirus. Not everybody that's come from Wuhan now. The outbreak happened in
Africa
Wuhan.
during Ebola.
Yeah, they stayed away from us.
And they said it now, when you get on a plane and you're a black person, everybody moves. Just
I remember Rolari visited the country and she was asked to stay home and work from home.
Yeah.
Anyway, if me, I had my child in that school,
You would have taken each other.
Home,
I'm really concerned.
because this life is not that difficult. That thing, activity plus you are teaching you, I'll teach you in the house.
See these people, you were working with me. My people will soon return.
Let your
They are in
child.
front of my house. I put a lock on my
We have to go. We have to go.
Yeah,
It's Thursday. It's Thursday. Let's go. I know they are already
We'll soon
disturbing
come
me.
back.
That we need to move on. Let's go on a break now. When we come back, we'll go through the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks. I forgot to say thanks to Seal Clothing for my boob. I'm going to take a picture. Yeah, I got it in the mail yesterday, so it's really exciting. Okay, let's start with the nation. Presidency attacks senator for asking Buhari to quit. Jealous wife sets herself ablaze. Government to recover $321 million loot Omoagege never convicted in U.S. Coronavirus, government bans China travels. Millions lost as fire raises 10 plazas in Balogun Market. Makinde meets IG on Amotekun Council crisis. Okay, let's start with this human interest story.
Okay, so this 28-year-old mother of 6 yesterday in Kano set herself ablaze.
28 years,
Yes.
6 children.
6 children.
Jesus
You know, they
Christ.
marry early. Yes, they marry early.
Yes, please.
So
Where
in
is she
Kano,
from?
they didn't say the exact place where she's
Go
from.
ahead.
Yeah, so she set herself ablaze, though she didn't leave any suicide notes, but neighbors have said that she's extremely jealous. As a matter of fact, the husband just got a new wife, that's his second wife, 6 months, and the jealousy, she couldn't stand it. The man had to get her a different
How do you set yourself ablaze? I don't know.
Yeah, so
because if I do set myself ablaze, the first thing I'll do is probably look for water to because that second.
maybe she wants to end the bitterness, so to speak.
People can
It's
and
not-
have
Then you
set
take
themselves. People have and can set
People
themselves.
with mental health issues can actually get to that point. So
Right.
the husband should really
Okay,
take
I
responsibility.
guess the point I wanted to make is like, if you want to do that, you probably just look for something quick and fast, not something that
No,
you
no, if you
actually
must
suffer
kill yourself,
through.
Abi, fast
Yeah,
family.
Why do you want to
1,000
kill
ways
yourself?
to die. But
If the marriage is paining you, leave.
The husband-
6 children anyway.
which is why some countries have regulated polygamy. The husband did not take into cognizance the situation in his home when he continues to escalate it to the loss of life.
Okay, let's pick another story.
The presidency has attacked.
Oh, yeah, it's all over the paper. Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
Senator Abaribe, who said, okay, we remember yesterday the headlines was the president was surprised by the attacks that are happening, and he says, this surprise, he said in pidgin, he said, this presidency surprise to surprise me. Oh, how is he surprised? This is a man who had said that when the PDP was in government, that if they cannot handle the security situation, they should throw rocks at them. So maybe this is time for them to also throw rocks at them. But the Senate president was saying that they can make their grievances known and make their points known without being political.
I like the fact that the Senate- yes.
Yes, but he's just saying that Abaribe is saying that if the president can't do it, can't handle security, he should resign.
Yes.
So that got
Then the presidency responded by saying, well, Abaribe should resign because, first of all, he stood surety for Nnamdi Kanu, and they've been looking for him for so long, and nobody's able to produce him.
They called him an armchair critic.
Yes, an armchair
I'm
critic.
happy that even though they had a debate in the House, all of them agreed on the issue of
Yeah, and I was actually
security.
surprised. They had about
And
4
they
hours of
escalated.
Yes,
debate.
the Senate
And it
has
seems
been
like the Senate is really adamant, saying that they must sack the service chiefs.
chiefs.
All 5 of them must go,
Yes.
and the president must resign. So at least that's the kind of pressure we
want to
expect
see.
from the
Yeah.
Senate.
Also, the president is saying that, they're doing enough. He admitted that the situation is bad and that he's doing enough. Not like what is Femi Adesina said that, it's not that bad. He admitted that the situation is bad. Yes.
Moving on now to the Punch. Insecurity senators hit Buhari hard. Policemen raid Lagos hotels, arrest workers and customers. Balogun Market Inferno consumes 7 buildings and 2 collapse. Lagos investors perfect the 100 billion naira bond for infrastructure and others. IG Southwest governors to meet. Reps plan Amotekun law. I told my son to sack his secretary to avert adultery, says Adeboye. Nigeria to repatriate fresh $321 million Abacha loot. And Nigeria owes World Bank $9.8 billion, says DMO. Okay, which story?
Picture story.
Let me let somebody.
Okay, so the hotel, I think in Ebutemeta area of Ikorodu, some hotels were raided by the divisional police officer, Ipako Shedrack. And a lot of them, some of them were in mufti, others had bandana tied over their eyes, a few of them were in uniforms. They raided this hotel from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and, dispersed everybody, arrested customers as well as the staff working there. So some of them are saying that they took them to the police station, they were extorting them, they used tear gas on them, they assaulted the managers. A woman said she was slapped and everything. But the PPRO of the police is saying that they usually do all this raid when they have intelligence that something is ongoing, because they've had cult issues around that Ikorodu, but they were supposed to, work within the ambit of the law by not harassing the poor innocent citizens.
Right.
So
Basically, the Inferno, yes.
Yeah, so the picture story, Balogun on Wednesday, sadly again, fire outbreak there. And the story is that a man had put on a generator, and while it was still on, he was trying to refuel his generator, and he caught fire. And of course, everybody knows how Balogun Market is structured.
Yes.
So they said before they knew it, 7 buildings were razed down, millions and millions in dollars of goods, gone. They said, I think one life was lost, but they also said that the fire service couldn't do anything because of how, again, that place is structured. There were so many people, the hawkers didn't give way for the fire service to get there on time, and so
all right,
we find
let's
ourselves
pick one
here.
more story. The Abacha loot, $321 million Abacha loot is being recovered. They said that it was found in the island of Jersey in U.S. and that they're working to ensure that the money is back to Nigeria within the next 2 months. Alongside that, they've sold the Galactica, that's the yacht that belonged to Kola Aluko. They sold it. The money is also going to be brought back to Nigeria. And also Ibori's, I think 5 million or billion euros. The euros actually have also been repatriated. So these are all monies we're bringing back. And the presidency has said that it's going to go into works and housing. So they're going to do infrastructure. So that budget is going straight to the Ministry of Works and Housing.
But this Abacha loot, they finish.
They finish.
The guy tried for us.
Dealt with us.
No, he didn't dealt with us. He tried for us. Because we are getting these monies back. The ones that they have get
the interest income, it's been in their countries.
No, those countries too, their companies, they've used this for
us. We are getting these monies back.
Well, we are getting
and we now have an idea where it is going.
Without interest.
Nigerian Tribune, Insecurity House of Reps wants service chiefs removed. We talked about that. Minimum wage consequential adjustment threatens full implementation of Southwest states. Defecting Imo lawmakers have lost their seats, says PDP. FG approves 33,000 naira monthly allowance for core members. Imo governor donates security votes to payment of workers' salary. Obaseki threatens to expel Oshomole from APC. Oyo local government crisis. Makinde visits IGP, speaks on Amotekun. And Lassa fever, Ondo confirms 20 dead, 112 on watch list, and 3 die in rivers. Okay, let's talk about...
Yes, Obiajudu decided to leave them today. So according to them, the January deadline will be delayed in Southwest states, except for Ekiti, that has started paying 30,000 for level 1 to 7, and all the rest are still undergoing negotiations. All other states in the Southwest have issues about reaching this amount of money, except for Osun, where it has not started at all, that the NLC is saying that government is willing to pay. We don't know the situation in other states, in Ondo, in Ogun, and all the other states that have not paid. That's what the Tribune is saying.
Okay.
Do Lassa fever?
Yes.
Okay, so in Ondo State, they have over about 112 cases.
No.
They said 20 have died, but they say the reason why they have such a large number is because they are giving free treatment for the Lassa fever. So a lot of people from outside the state are coming in to get the treatment. In Rivers State, they've got about 57 people under surveillance. I think they lost 3 people as well. But it seems that on those states, so it seems like the states are on it. Yeah. So they're working hard to make sure that people are getting
contained.
it.
Yeah.
And
let's talk about Imo State first.
Yes. So Hope Uzodinma, the Imo State governor, has promised that he's going to donate his security votes in order to meet up with salaries, pay pension, and he's focusing basically on the power. He's going to get power plants set up in the state so that at least they can solve the electricity problems that they're having. He's also promising that he's going to set up as in the best of brains for his cabinet, and they are going to be reviewing the 2020 budget so that they can, work well and work within, find out what the people need in the state and work in that. So I'm excited that he's doing this now. And I've said this before, these security votes that some states take about 300 million monthly should be scrapped, because the truth is they are not accounting for it. They are not using it for anything meaningful. People are now coming out to donate this for. So when we have that such an amount free of charge, it should be directed.
It's not free of charge. Some governors actually do use it to support.
No, you're not getting the point.
I get your point.
Yes.
Yeah, so we understand definitely.
There should be a project tied to those money.
Well, the project that was tied to that money was actually for security, to support the security. Some of them are, others aren't. But because we don't have a proper breakdown of how they're using it, that's why everybody's speculating on different things. But the truth is that he is now using his own now.
Some
people I know that Lagos State government and other governors that I know of are using theirs to support what the police, the ammunition they have, the vehicles, and getting other.
I have a little concern about that, because we always have them say, well, we use money that was meant for something something else. I mean, if it's not meant for that, look for what is the fund for that particular thing, because it also brings, creates room for all sorts of corruption.
I'm happy for Imo State. I mean, he's starting off on a good start, with the petrochemical company wants to start putting together. Hopefully, we see some good news from there. Moving on very quickly now to Vanguard. Let's find a story. I love this story. Birthday of the governor, Dame Edith Okowa, that's the wife of the governor, the Delta State governor. is here with the quintuplets, and their 1-year birthday celebration in Asaba. So they're and they're 5 girls, beautiful kids, and it's such a good story to have, to know that they're healthy. These are 5 babies together.
I didn't take that story. Now I'm from Asaba, but I didn't take it personally because we have not started seeing the fruits of, you know.
But I mean, I'm happy I can see 5 babies. That
5,
are
that's fruits of
that's
something.
Fruit already.
Fruit
Please.
of a labor.
Let's talk
there was
about
labor involved.
Let's think about the core members receiving 35,000 naira allowance. Omagege not convicted in USA's court, and let's find a story we've not taken. Edo 2020, Obaseki declares war, threatens to expel Oshomole. Okay, our core members.
Core members will be getting 33,000, and this is just to reflect the increase in minimum wage that, you know, we have right now. That's it.
That's pretty much the story.
Yeah, that's what's saying.
Okay, let's move on
Lucky
now.
you guys. How much did you get when you were a core member?
I think mine was
20?
No, 18.
Okay.
Was it
Mine was
18?
7.5.
7.5.
When did you say?
And then when your place of primary assignments, how much they pay you?
No, mine was 8.5. What am I saying?
Nothing.
8.5, yeah.
I
was paid
Abuja,
4,000.
I was in Ministry of National Human Rights Commission.
I was in local government, 4,000.
I know mine was
Moving on to
20,000.
Daily Sun. Coronavirus, don't go to China, FG tells Nigerians. Southeast security outfit coming, says Umahi. Fire wreaks havoc at Lagos Balogun Market. Row in National Assembly over insecurity, and Obaseki threatens to deal with Oshomole. I'm excited about Southeast, yes?
According to our federal minister for health, Osagi Ehinare, he says that, you know, we should stop traveling to China, and because of the coronavirus as well.
Please.
And because of that, they've flagged off, the Nigerian government has locked up a shop, a Panda supermarket in Abuja for importing untagged or branded goods, food products from China. So you have frozen chicken, gizzard, all sorts of that in that shop, and their dates of importation or production are not clear. So they've locked down that shop. They're on top of it. And I love the fact that apart from the airports, the seaports have also issued out. So cargoes coming in from China, they're also checking. Because I was worried that everybody's focusing on the airports, but Nigerian government, the MPA, has also issued what they're doing.
Fantastic. We have to move on, but I'm happy that the Southeast are coming together expectedly to put together something similar as a security outfit for that Southeast region, which is good. They don't have a name yet, but they let us know.
Yeah, and they're writing to the federal government already.
Please be inspired by the name Amoteko.
Yeah.
I like that name.
Anyway, on that note, we're going to break. When we come back, we'll discuss first Facebook Accelerator Program. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So recently, Facebook and CC Hub published the Q4 2019 report for the Facebook Accelerator Program. The report highlights all the activities that took place during the first 3 months of the Season 2 of Facebook Accelerator Program. Now, join us on the show is Facebook's Head of Public Policy, West and Central Africa, Adaora Ikenze. Welcome to the show. Good to have you. So tell us about this accelerator program. What is it about? Because you just recently released a report. Could you give us an idea, the objective, and what started it exactly?
So Facebook has a number of programs that we support in Nigeria, but the Accelerator program is a particularly unique program. It is a research and ideation and mentor-driven program for startups and student teams. It takes 6 months, and it's by application. For the first time in its lifespan, we actually expanded it beyond Nigeria. The first ideation happened just in Nigeria, and now we expanded it to Nigeria. So this year, we have teams from both Nigeria and Ghana. We have 12 teams, 8 startups, and 4 student teams. And basically what happens is these are teams that have either products that already have customers and a market, or teams that are developing products. They are matched with industry experts, with mentors. We provide them with physical resources, the infrastructure in the hub. We provide them with seed funding to a certain extent, between $10,000 and $20,000. We take them through different types of trainings for the 6 months, and then we also support them through a showcase at the end of the training where they can present and pitch to investors.
Okay. So Facebook and CC Hub, it's a collaboration. Why did we need this collaboration, and how has it helped this program?
So CC Hub has an incredible history of supporting entrepreneurship in Nigeria. We are a tech company that was founded by somebody who leveraged technology to solve a local and now a global, connection issue. So when we decided to come into Nigeria, we recognized that it was not just enough for us to come in by ourselves. We also needed to recognize and to be able to leverage on the existing local talent. CC Hub provides us with a strong partnership. They have incredibly strong local partnerships, local knowledge, local access, and it works very well because we can support them by bringing in a little bit more of the global and innovative technology and capacities that is needed, but they also provide us with the foundation for being able to go in properly into the Nigerian market.
Okay, so we know that statistics have shown that new businesses don't survive beyond 5 years. So what exactly is this program helping the startups in such a way that their businesses are sustained? What are you doing exactly to help them sustain their business?
We're very, very aware of that. So one of the most important things that is integrated into this program is also the sustainability of their product and the business itself. So they're also taken through different trainings on HR, on financial management, on the regulatory and legal environment in which the different products are operating. We take them through courses on, because they're working in technology, on privacy and ethics, on how to manage your business and how to report. So we give them also a blueprint on how they can actually build the administrative structure of the business as well and maintain a certain level of sustainability while they're doing their development as well.
Right. So this present program runs up until April this year.
Yes.
So what next after that, the accelerator program? What should we expect, further?
Well, we're really excited about it. One of the things that has actually brought me here today is because the first iteration we had 15 companies, 15 teams, and they raised just over $400,000. And with this second cohort, we have 12 teams, and within 3 months they've raised over 500,000.
Wow!
So we're really excited. We see the potential, we see the growth, and it really is a testament to the amount of talent that is in Nigeria alone, talk less of the rest of Africa. So we look forward to continuing to support it, and we really look forward to seeing how the ecosystem grows.
So how do you apply? How do you get involved? Because people listening to you right now, they would like to participate in the accelerator program.
So
how exactly?
there is an application process. They have to actually upload all their details, and it is reviewed by a panel of experts. We try as much as possible to have people who already have. Well, you must have a technical background. For the startups, you cannot be working already. You should be able to commit to those 6 months to be able to concentrate on developing your product and developing your company and being able to.
It can't be a side
properly.
gig. It has to be something you're doing. It can't be a side gig.
It can be a side hustle.
No,
You have to really focus.
Well, it can be a side gig, but you have to be able to commit to it for those 6 months. So you really get the value out of it, and you're really able to take it to the level that you want to take it to. For the students, there's a little bit of flexibility. You can actually you can participate remotely. So you can stay in school, and you can have your trainings remotely. And then in certain instances, we expect that you can come down to Lagos to be physically present for specific trainings.
So we heard that you're
Okay, go on.
Okay,
The collaboration.
working with Edo State to empower teachers. Could you tell us about that, please?
So Edo State is, again, an example of how we have, we recognize the incredible potential in Nigeria. We recognize the efforts, not just of the private sector, but also of government, to really change the narrative and increase people's skills. Facebook did a co-build with Main One, and we laid a certain amount of fiber around Benin. Okay. And the Edo State SUBEB reached out to us to find out how we could support them in increasing teachers to online materials and online training. So what we have done is we have donated just under $10,000 worth, 10,000 licenses for Workplace, which is the professional version of Facebook, to Edo State. We are working with the government to train the teachers to bring them onto Workplace. We worked with our Express Wi-Fi local vendor to provide, and Main One to provide Wi-Fi to 4 schools, and the governor has committed to expanding that in this year's budget to 100 more schools. We now have about 1,000 teachers on Workplace where they can share information, they can share educational resources, they can chat with each other about issues, they can support each other, and there's also a certain amount of performance monitoring as well that SUBEB can do. So this is something that we started in Edo State in April last year. We've just actually finished a documentary on it, which is really, really exciting.
I'm smiling because
plans
there's
for
actually
other
something.
states?
I'm aware because I know Dr. Joan in Edo.
Yes,
I know
Dr.
that
Joan Obiawe,
I know she's done an amazing job, and I know the teachers have tablets and all that, and they had issues of downloading the material on time. So that's a fantastic initiative with Edo State government. But going back to young people who are having these startups, so they can come to you for information. They can apply to Facebook to get this opportunity to raise funds. But beyond raising funds, yes, you told us you're going to help them to set up the admin sector, the structure of their businesses, ensure they hire properly. After they've done that, she has said, a lot of young people have that issue of, is this going to be, how big can I expand? How do I scale up? I've done this, I've done the basics. How do I get to that next level? Is Facebook going to be with them all the way, or is just for a certain period of time and then say, you know what, find your way?
Well, one of the things about being an entrepreneur is being brave. So we try very hard to give as much support as we can to these entrepreneurs. We make sure that they have solid foundations. It is also a mentorship program. And the idea is not just that we train you and we throw you out. You build relationships as well. And we expect that those relationships will also continue to sustain you as you move forward. We also recognize that it is not enough for the individual entrepreneurs to have the dream and to have the drive. The policy environment, the enabling local environment also has to help. So those are the conversations that we continue to help to have with them and try and help push the boundaries out to make it a little bit more supportive for them.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, and we wish you more success. And we'll hopefully bring you back after the April and see how you're able to raise
I'm always happy
funds.
to come back and talk about the great things that are happening in Nigeria.
All right, that's all we can take. When we come back, it is them, not me. There's a topic that everybody's talking about, and they insisted we must discuss it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Your award.
Thanks for staying with us. So, yesterday, social media was on fire over my pastor's comment, our Daddy Gio's comment. They are saying that he once told his son to fire his secretary, who excites him. Nigerians, in their reactions, have queried why the lady would be fired when she did nothing. Now, we'd like to hear your thoughts on this. You can call us on 070-806-6814. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view. We have a guest with us. Her name is Kabira. Welcome to the show.
Kabira.
Thank you. How is everything?
Fine, thank
So
you.
you're joining us as a co-host right now. How is work? And for those of you that don't know, she was the lady.
Arese Jabata. Okay, Araparigongo.
Yes.
Shawaride. I watched that movie so many times. Good to have you on the show.
Nice to be here.
Anyways, so going back to this matter, and I'd like to start with ladies. And I was really careful. I didn't want to do this topic because, you know, I'm a regime member. We are fasting, and I don't want my blessings to elude me. So I'm being very, very careful in this conversation. But because it's hot, and Your View has a mandate to discuss what Nigerians are talking about, so we will talk about it. So Daddy Gio always says, my son. And I think I like to correct the fact that people are assuming that it's his own biological son. He has lots of sons. Every young man that works with him is his son. So let's not assume that it's his biological son he's talking about. I like to set that apart. But in your view, let me start with Nima, because I know that your views are a bit different. Do you agree with the tweet?
I do know.
Okay, what are your
I do very well. I agree with it totally. So in my religion, and I'm sure she would agree with me, we take care of those things. So when I was saying to Princess that we don't free mix, and when you cite such a temptation, you keep away. If you want to chop with devil, use a long spoon. Maybe, there's nothing new there. As soon as he started having infatuations about the lady, it's no longer about work. And if you wanted to work, you take care of it. So people were getting emotional saying that she would lose her livelihood. And, he is putting his emotions, sexual abuse, all those other things at play. I think it's easy to just curb it immediately. She will get another job. That is not the end of the world, and things will move on.
Interesting. It's paining me. You know why? Really? Because normally as adults, we should be able to control ourselves. And somebody will now have to pay for something she is likely not even aware of. You are having infatuations with me and I'm not aware. How do I now pay for that? That's your feeling. Deal with it. And even if at the end of the day, the guy could not control himself, you would have found something else for her. Okay, if there are different departments in the industry, or there's another industry that you have a link, you can just move her to that place. Don't just let her lose her job because you can't control yourself.
We also have to respect that when a pastor says something on pulpit, sometimes it's not like he thought it through in that way, because you are now thinking and analyzing it and saying, oh, he could have transferred this.
You have the luxury of
at
time
that
to
moment,
do that.
the objective of his conversation is flee from all appearance of evil. If this person is disturbing your control, your libido,
actually,
please let us excuse that person from your vicinity, because we keep trying to get our men of God to hold high standards. We demand that they have the highest level of standards. Yet, when they try to put stringent measures to protect themselves, we say, we cry foul. No, how can you do this? It's not fair. What exactly do you want these people to stand? Let me come to you, Mariam.
See, I agree too completely with what Pastor Adeboye said to this person, because there's a woke response. We're woke, where we'll say, why would he ask the lady to leave and cost her job for what she's not aware of? The truth is that man has control of his space. He has control of his body, his work environment, and it so happens the way it was told, like he owns that company, so he employed that person. So he can put her in another department if he wants, but what is important is that he takes that temptation away from him. And I think that we forget to give kudos to this man who has taken time out to, he's aware of his temptation and he has asked for help. Do we want to wait until he has fallen into this temptation?
Why did you not?
Yes, before we now have a conversation about it. A lot of people get into trouble because they keep it in their mind. You're trying to work it out. You're trying to see how you do it, and then you fall into temptation. I think there's somewhere in the Bible that says, be careful lest you think you're so strong, and then you find yourself unless you fall.
Yes, I'll start from there because from the Islamic point of view, I think this could actually be avoided from the onset because it is said, and I'm sorry if I don't know if I mentioned religion a little bit. As a Muslim, as a Muslim lady, you're supposed to at least protect yourself because we get attracted to men easily. Being whether a pastor or anything called man, we get attracted to them.
Because you're a human being now.
Yeah, yes. So because we know that, the best thing for us is how do we relate to them? How do we relate to this, and how can we actually avoid such temptations? Yes.
Okay, so if you are the person, let's put ourselves in that girl's shoes now. You are the one that you're minding your business, and your guy comes.
They will not tell you that.
I'm just saying. So, and you know that you get a sack letter. God, what did I do? Just go home. How would you feel?
Before I even answer this particular question, because I will sue you straight. If na person wey chop belleful, now they drink tea. You see, tea is for people that have money, not a poor man. So you don't chop belleful, now make you want drink Milo. you won't drink tea.
Your point is?
Exactly.
My point is, if he was not the boss, he was working in an organization as a, maybe low staff or normal staff and all of that, and he realizes that he was having an infatuation with one of his bosses or one, would he resign? Would he resign? He wouldn't. He will work on that feeling because he's there for professionalism. He's there to focus on his work. People all over have, hold
Why
on.
do we remove the problem instead of fixing the problem?
Exactly. So you shouldn't just, let somebody suffer for what
Get deep behind me.
Suffer for a crime she knows nothing about.
Okay.
A whole.
So
Can we flip the table?
Nobody's thinking
Can we
about
flip
that.
the table?
Now,
If you realize her
pause,
potential,
I have a call. Good morning, are you there? Hello? I think we lost that call.
Sorry, Tolu lost me.
Hello, Tolu, are you there?
So if you flip the table, she can't realize her potential. Say anytime she's with Oga, Oga is confused. Oga is confused. And she now does some, she now uses that power. It's called bottom power, it's woman power. Women have been using the generations on board. See, the way Pastor has said it, that's the way he's dealt with. Fortunately, he's in control of the resources. And you know what is most likely? In the situation of Ajulu painted, let me quickly finish. When you're colleagues in someone's company, everybody will respect their lane. Even if you were single, you'll be toasting her small. But when you're the boss, you start with gifts. You smile, you give her assignment. You say, okay, we're traveling together on an assignment abroad. Tell your family, pack your bag. If I don't pack bag, we will land there, you buy clothes. That's how these things happen.
Okay, yeah. That's
So you keep
Yes, I want to even give. You see, that advice is it's customized for this man, if I can put it that way. See, when abuse happens in the office, when it's from the point of where it's a boss, it's a boss. They always say that already, because you're a boss, sometimes you have that power over your employee. And you put an employee, a lot of people who complain about abuse in the office, they say they are put in an uncomfortable position, that they are unable to say no to their organ because they don't understand, they're afraid of what the consequences might be. And this man has taken a step so that I do not even put you in a position where you think that because of the attraction I have for you, you have to be a certain way or do a certain thing. So
he has forget boss.
So now that's what we're saying now. Colleague. Yes.
I just address
it. That's it now.
Yakub, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Go ahead, please.
And then good morning to your guests and the rest course.
Right.
Morayo, excuse me. Is he? Unfortunately, I will go with Obiajulu this morning.
Thank you, Yakub.
Unfortunately. Yes, I'm a Muslim like Sister Nima and your guest. Okay. But the question is this. I didn't think that the lady is working in an organization like Obiajulu said earlier. Maybe he's working in a government parastatal like Ministry of Work and Housing and all that. And then the gentleman having to be his boss there. Are you telling me he's going to take that very particular decision to let her go without knowledge of what is really happening to him? As a man, you have to have self-control as well. That is where God Almighty tell us that he, as a Muslim, Sister Nima know what I'm saying.
Lower your gaze.
As a Muslim man, you have right to take 1, 2, 3, 4 wives.
Oh my God.
That is why God knows how more than her. And then if you cannot control your libido, because you make sure that you put the lady in another organization, because I know that the DO son, they may have another place that they can feed that very particular lady. Rather than let her go without nothing. And then he does not know what she's doing. Because he don't know any offense that she could.
Let me let you respond.
Yes, because you see, we should give the boss, this benefit of doubt, because I think what he has done is to have the fear of God. Because let's give an average boss a chance. What would they do if they fell into that kind of situation?
But the idea is to flee from all appearance. So in church now, lots of churches, that front row, they only put men and elders.
It's part of it.
Because the idea is they don't want, because I have been in the church back in the day when they will come with their cleavage and everything, speaking. They have to the front. So church had to sit up. No, auntie, all these are women. Go to the back. Only men. If you're going to see the
women that know how to dance in some.
Yes, so it's all trying to protect the pastor from not seeing what he shouldn't be seeing.
But this is a church, so that is different. Now, there is no way anybody here will say, I've not seen somebody I liked aside from your husband. There's no way. Sometimes you see somebody you like, and you feel, oh, if I get close to this person, there will be a connect. It happens. Anybody that tells me, I've never seen anybody, I've been married for 10 years, 20 years, I've never seen anybody that I like small, you are lying. You are lying. Please. So, but you know, because you are committed, understand something, because you are committed
to that person,
to the person you're married to, you know that there are certain levels I can't get to. So it has to do, if we now say, because, okay, I'm working in CBC right now, I'm attracted to somebody, I run away. I get another job, I'm attracted to this person, I run away. I get another job, how would I live my life?
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'll give you story. You want to hear story?
See, let's not be unfair. This is not a man that is, I want to believe that he's stupid. He must have tried. He must have worked on his self-control and seen that this is my problem right now. We need to give that man credit for recognizing what his problem is.
For making somebody lose their job.
Also, no, apart from job, there's something that we are forgetting here. Would it be better if we had heard he had abused her or tried to assault her or tried to reach out, because of her job?
Let it break.
No, let's just say that
pastor's son is committing adultery in church.
No.
He's the same Nigerian.
Since we're trying to be realistic, and since we're trying to bring up all scenarios, is it more important that she has that job and then have a man that's assaulting her in that organization? You would have said to that lady, you would have said to that. See,
let me tell you a real life.
No. What will happen is, when that man comes on to her, people would have said, did you not see he was asking you out or looking at you a certain way? Why did you not leave? If she was the one telling this story now, that I was at work and my boss...
We're talking about falling in
love.
love.
He's the same.
No.
Okay, he's married and he falls in love. What is it?
No, at work, when you express that sort of feelings towards someone who is an employee and does not share it, it's assault that they call it in the workplace.
Hang in, let's take this call. Good morning, are you there?
Good morning. Good morning.
Go ahead, please.
I don't want to comment on your topic this morning, but I want to answer Obegeli on your newspaper review concerning the governor of Imo State, my state. If Obegeli could believe that governor, which is a politician, Obegeli will believe everybody in this world. Politicians in Nigeria say one thing and do nothing. My state, the Rochas Owele last time promised the same thing, but you know how his governance went through. So, Obegeli, please don't believe politicians.
Okay.
So, thank you.
So, Reverend Dominic is Obiajulu.
Dominic, so...
I said, please don't believe when politicians talk.
Okay, point taken,
mouth
sir.
and tongue is full of lies.
All right, point taken. It was a newspaper review, and everybody's entitled to a review. So we always try to, the objective of the show is everybody's views must be respected. So she has her own view, and she's entitled to it, and you also have your own view. That is perfectly fine. Coming back to the issue, Nima, go ahead.
So real life example, a relative of mine, and I must not mention, but she knows, got a job. And on interview stage, when she was supposed to be on probation, they were at email stage, she got a gift from my employer, the CEO of the company. CEO, I said, have you resumed? She said, no. He sent me a bag. He said he traveled for 2 weeks abroad and he bought a bag and she has not resumed. So when she resumed, these gifts continued till her working hours changed. When her working hours changed, madam, where are you? I'm still at the office. And you, in my house. The way I'm raised, if I'm not in the house at 7, I'm not comfortable anymore where I am. That's the way we were raised. So 11:10, my guy would drop me off at close to my auntie's house. I'll be like,
She entered the car. She wants something.
No, this is my close relative.
Who do you blame?
Very close. So we had a family meeting sharp. Auntie, hope not. He said, Shebi, we are Muslims, you can marry for us. Auntie, open your, wake up. No, she just realized the potential and she was now being open to it. So we slapped sense into her immediately. She resigned. Guess what? She resigned, she got another job. She worked there, she resigned again. She's now our own CEO. This is my own blood relative.
Okay.
So another example is my niece.
Okay.
I mean, she's serving at a very an hospital in Lagos, and at the first day, a man, someone supposed to be our boss, was saying, "Oh, let them bring you to my office. Oh my God, you're so attractive. I like you a lot." She was getting straight on. He wanted her to work with him, and he was promising her, "So I'll let you go on time. You will not be troubled. You will not be bothered." What is he trying to sell to her? So I'm like, you know what? You're getting into trouble. You better look out for some matron's mother kind of figure and go hide under them so they can guide. Otherwise, you're in for it.
I think this
I have another story.
I have a call. Hang in there. Let me take this call from, I think from Abuja. Good morning. Are you there?
Hello, good morning.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
I'm Angela calling from Abuja. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show, first-time caller. First-time caller.
Okay, all right. So I totally agree with Madam Obiajubu. I mean, she's being very rational. We live in a society where we tend to blame women for everything. How do we blame a woman for a man's inability to control himself? It's about time we hold men accountable to their actions. Is that how you every female secretary? I mean, a woman is being raped, and we ask, what was she wearing? We don't ask, why is that man who did not have no control? I don't know how he could let the woman.
Angela, what is control? Can we discuss what control is, please?
Is that how he will pack her? The house help her home? Is that how he will not control himself? So we need to, from little, teach our sons, our male children, self-control. And when he's old, he would lead with it.
Point taken, Angela.
Can we discuss what control is now?
Hang in mind. Let me let your name come.
Can we discuss what control is now? Because this man realized the feeling and he was on top of it. That's control. He's taking action. Yes. To not take action is to take advantage, is to say, Shebi nobody, sit down here. Till you have a sexual abuse case on his head.
Why is the woman paying for that?
No, hold on a minute. Hold on. It's two people that bring, don't vex me, I beg. Now two people, they get this action, these emotions that we talk about. It's two people, something must give. If you say you don't want this lady to lose her job, and you leave this man, and eventually this abuse happens, who will we be blaming?
Would there be an abuse?
Because it will happen. This is emotion. See, you can't discuss this thing.
Can we flip this story? Let's say a daughter came to him and says, see, I'm a boss in my office, and my male secretary makes me, I'm hitting on him, or I'm excited to go to the office because of my male secretary. We will not make this conversation about man and woman. I understand that conversation of not putting the burden of, the man's behavior on a woman, but that is not the point of this conversation. The point of this conversation is about finding yourself in a situation where you may misbehave. And what is the step to take? And the step to take in the short run is what he has done.
Okay,
so there are steps to take for the long term.
I have to go on a break. If we're talking about steps to take, at whose detriment? Steps, you can take steps such that you begin to control yourself. That's a step.
Yes.
Does it have to do with sacking?
Sacking somebody, the person loses the job.
You make sure you don't go.
I will sue you.
Wait now, how?
You will now control
yourself. You have a pitch on the island.
When we come back,
in another state.
We'll go on a break. When we come back, we'll tell you how. Stay with us.
Please tell us how.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. I have to make this correction. During the newspaper review, I had said that the Abacha loot and the Galactica revenue was going to be going to the Ministry of Housing and Works. That's not correct. It's going to the Sovereign Wealth Fund to fund the second Niger Bridge and I think Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. So but Works is going to be using it, but pretty much that's how the funds are going to.
Straight there.
So the boys are going to call.
We call the
head.
The money is with you.
Now back to the matter. You were talking earlier about what should this person have done? How do we solve that problem? So people are saying, the extremists are saying, don't sack her. Okay, fine. What should he do? Let's profess solutions. If you are a boss or a man such that your secretary excites you, what should you do? Number one, let's suggest, you asked me that question earlier before the break, and I said, first of all, you reduce the conversation you have with that person. If there's a because that constant conversation with the secretary can start things. So you reduce that conversation. Secondly, change your inner office people to your same sex. So that your entire inner circle of secretary, your office assistant, your PA, all of them should be the same sex, and then you can have her move somewhere else, so that at least that your inner. If you go to a pastor's office, usually you don't see somebody of the opposite sex. So it's always that same sex in their inner circle.
Mariah, also have a protective eye. there should be somebody there that works with you who blocks every other person.
An old woman.
That blocks, that can harass every other person. So no, it's not ages, because he is the CEO, Nabi. Not being get the company, he get money.
I went to. The first thing you see, one woman at least, her hair, she doesn't do makeup, her face is really strong.
Yes. Who are you looking for?
Some people are attracted to that kind of woman.
How can you even get attracted to that kind of woman in the first place?
Can a man be attracted?
No, some men are attracted to those sort of people.
No.
You don't know what lost is. So you don't know what lost is.
What is lost?
Lost. Let me take this with. Adeboye Owo says, one pastor did not sack those ladies. See what he caused for himself. So how many pastors are doing these things on a low key? You won't understand when the Bible agreed that you cut off whatever will put you into sin. We're talking control here. Whatever form control is, control yourself. If control yourself is beyond you, control the other self. Simple. Control the situation. That's it. So we don't have. I wonder though, if this lady, although like she did not know what she was doing, she later just found that she was being sexually harassed by her boss. Would she stay on to work there or leave that place? So living is control.
So I have two tweets here. D. says, women are indeed the gatekeepers of patriarchy. 75% of them agree with firing an innocent secretary.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. That's not
then Ibeneme says, please, he should not fire the lady because his libido is directing him. Can you visualize a situation where directors are permitted to sack any lady they have feelings for? That is cruel. The father should have asked him to cut off his member.
Science Layer says that man is a very good man. I wish every Nigerian man can be like the man.
So I just want to add to that.
That's not the point for me.
Yeah, so I just want to add to that last one. That's the thing. We want to hear the way to handle it. He gave what not to do, but can we hear what to do?
He said he can cut off his stuff.
But does that make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the thing for me is, you have been giving commandments. You will need an opportunity to show that you have learned what you have been taught. That's the truth. Every aspect of life, we are tested one way or the other. You won't say because you have a problem of maybe when you were growing up or something, you used to steal, and then you get into a job and you have been trained out of it or coached out of it or whatever it is, and then anytime you go somewhere in the office, you see money, you take it. It's your problem. You need to deal with that problem. No. You need to deal with that problem and not say, okay, I'm going to stay at home. I'm not going to do any job anymore because anytime I see money, I'm led to steal. No.
There are jobs
you have to fix yourself.
that
so
you
that man, first of all, should have gone for therapy. And if hold on, wait, now I'm giving you my solution now. No, you need therapy for a lot of things.
He doesn't know.
You need therapy
as a man,
he has a problem, which needs solving.
Point taken. Yeah.
Not taking it out
I get you. Let me come to
okay, so if I don't see the need for therapy in this case because, okay, fine, it's okay. But then I think, like we said, maybe the solution should have been for the lady to, the suggestion for being sacked and all of that is wrong. But we're still saying that men have the tendency to like every woman they see on the streets. Because
I disagree with
you. Did I just say
All right. So it's not all men. I want us to change that narrative.
Okay, no, that's how God has made them. We have some of them who can actually take caution.
No, I don't think
not because they are not attracted. See, try an average man,
Point taken. Okay, so the narrative out there, as you have said, you're not wrong. The average man there, in quotes, is attracted to anything they see. They tell us that. Once you pass like this, you're a woman, they're attracted. We are trying to tell people that there are men that actually have the ability to
control themselves.
I'm not saying we don't have responsibility. Responsible men. Yes. But I'm only saying that that's how God has made them.
She's talking attraction,
I'm not talking about loss. Let me just round up. So I'm only saying that, okay, because let's say this man happens to be one of them. So he's trying to lower his gaze. And then he reported the situation. Okay, so
lower his gaze.
That's what the Quran says.
Because that's what the Quran says. They should lower his gaze. You will definitely get tempted. But how do you solve it? Lower your gaze. Don't fall into temptation.
Don't do a second look.
One, it's not about patriarchy, because if we were to flip this situation the other way, we will not be talking about man or woman. So please, let's take that out. That's not my point. My point is that there are different solutions to different problems, different solutions to different kinds of temptations. So I'm trying to lose weight. what I make sure I do is I take out all the chocolates, everything in my house. I don't see it.
Control.
That's food. I
That's
control my environment.
Okay.
So when you go out, wait now. I'm trying to, yes, it's something I'm building. I like to pick money, people's money that does not belong to me.
Don't work in the bank.
Yes. No, apart from that, I don't put myself in a situation where I have to do that. So I have someone who I confide in. This is my problem. And the person sees me when we're together. I'm like, stop it. No, please, let me just quickly finish this. I now have a situation where there's a person in my vicinity that causes me to be a certain way that would affect my marriage, affect many things, and also affect this person's life. And I decided to control my environment. And in doing that, it helps me. Oh, of course, it's self-preservation here. You think of yourself first.
Somebody went to
preserving yourself.
got a job,
you're preserving
qualified for the job,
that person's
and
life
then
does
they tell
not
you to
depend.
go home
No, I like,
all of a sudden
I like
because somebody cannot control
that's such a
themselves.
single narrative. You're looking at it one way, and you know that you're
and that's how single stories.
That's
right.
more like
That's
someone
good.
with
Yeah.
the entire
Different
plate.
scenarios here.
I'd like to think about this question.
Yeah.
So, there's a friend of yours
Okay.
that you know loves. Let me not ask this question.
Ask me, I'm ready for you.
Right back. Question. Right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. We just need to hear your thoughts on what should this person do.
Okay, the man.
boss, yes.
Yes, I would say it's good to protect your space, okay? But if you have to do that, also understand that other people are involved. It's not just about you now. So make like a compensation for that lady if you have to let her go. If not, see a therapist. It could be resolved.
Nima.
Okay, he has done the right thing.
He has done the right thing.
Let her
Okay, let her go. Okay, Mariam?
I mean, he's done the right thing, but
Let her
he can put her in another department.
I don't want him to even know where he is.
What do you think? What should
Yeah,
you
I
do?
think it should just give her compensation or
Let
something.
her go.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you working on? We have to round up.
Okay, yes, I'm working on A Date with a Smile. It's a film, and it's actually treating almost
Some
like
of
a
these
case
issues,
like
yes.
this.
Wow,
Yes.
fantastic. That's good. I know you're working on you had a documentary you've worked on in the past.
Yes.
What's that about?
It's actually basically on like a roundtable series. It's Islamic still, and I'm going more religious these days.
When did you become so religious? Yes, you used to be like this.
Let me quickly ask him. It's what the job did on Saturday. Let me know how the switch from your
That's what
old
she's
self
just
and
asking me. Yes, it just happened.
And
you
your
know.
journey and the
Yeah, I
staying
just
in the
became conscious, and this is more of what a friend just said to me. I was in America, and it was during Ramadan, and it's like, won't you just wear a hijab? I'm like, okay, I'm okay with my scarf. It's like, okay, see, I was on Facebook, and a sister wrote that you keep procrastinating, you keep giving dates to when you're going to obey the commandment of God. Did God even promise you tomorrow? That got me, and then that's how the whole journey started. What I'm doing, God knows best.
Fantastic. Congratulations. We look forward to seeing you more of your work.
Thank you very much
for coming.
Thanks.
Unfortunately, that's all we can take on the show. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you.